welcome to this third episode of the World Pro Racing live show, weekly live show. I'm Adrian.
And I'm Justin. Welcome to the third episode of this year with World Pro Racing. Today we have quite new things that we are going to share with you. We have a person with us today live. We're going to communicate with him with regards to the Project Cars series, and we have quite other things to say. Something coming up unique by World Pro Racing, and discussions about the Grip Championship after round 2, the highlights and the top 10 drivers now.
That's right.
So we have quite a lot to say, and we just can start up with the...
So with the Project Cars SMSR Play Seat 2019 series, together with us we have Josh Martin from the Events House, who will be taking us through the process, explaining what is the series and obviously enough qualifications, how they are, and all the series leading to the finals. So Josh, you're with us, yes?
Good evening, Justin, Adrian, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Fine, doing fine. So, can you lead us through the this SMSR Play Seat 2019 series?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. So the 2019 PlayStation SMR series, powered by Events House, is the return of the famous SMSR series. So for anyone who knows about Project Cars, it's quite a renowned series, and this year we are adopting a multi-class format. So similar to 2018, but with this year it's going to be using the Mercedes AMG EP3 and the Mercedes AMG A45 touring car. So it's a championship that's free to enter for anybody, and basically what it composes of is we've got 4 weeks of qualifiers, a shootout, and then an online championship. So the championship itself starts today, and over the next 4 weeks you can compete and try and set the best time at, for example, Brands Hatch GP this week using the touring car. What will then happen is the top 8 people from each week will get put into a shootout race, and we wanted to mix things up a wee bit. So it's not only the fastest drivers this year that are going to be competing, but those who've got the best racecraft. So on the 21st of March, there's going to be a shootout race amongst our 32 fastest drivers. And then the top 10 from that, top 12 from that championship are going to join the pros in our multi-class championship. So really exciting stuff. We're really looking forward to it. A €20,000 prize pool as well, so quite a bit of money for some people to make. And yeah, it's going to be a really exciting championship with a live final. We kicked things off at the Autosport show earlier this year as a live start, and we're going to end it on a nice live final as well, which is good to see.
Great. Obviously, since now World Pro Racing is collaborating with various, apart from motorsport companies, most of the people know we're collaborating with Events House now, and we have a good relationship. And yes, as we said in the beginning of the start of World Pro Racing, we said that we're going to try to get into the platforms, so we reach the whole community. And well done to Josh as well, because he's doing a good job in esports as well, and for the whole community of sim racing. So thanks Josh for being with us. And if there are any questions, maybe there are some questions that people need to ask, feel free to message us here live on Facebook, and you can message us on World Pro Racing, or else you can go to the Events House page and ask, or the Project Cars page, and ask for any questions regarding the championship. Just to let other people know that to register, they have to go to the Apex Online Racing website. Am I right, Josh?
That's correct. So to register, you have to go to apexonlineracing.com/SMSR2019. You can also see the full rules and regulations, the calendar, and any extra information on projectcarsesports.com as well. So either of those two sites will allow you to register and get competing. So thank you.
Yeah. Great.
So, Josh, thanks for being with us. Obviously, enough will leave some weeks pass, and we'll be back with you also to give us some updates regarding what's going on, the stages, who's in, who's out, and we'll keep the people updated about the series. So, thanks for being with us. Thanks to the Events House for obviously also trusting us in doing also adjudication and with also adjudicating this series. So thanks, and see you soon, Josh.
See you soon, Josh.
Talk soon, guys. Thank you.
So that was Josh Martin.
Yeah, the first phase.
Yeah, that's right. Who actually talked us through the whole series, this SMSR Place It 2019 series, Project Cars 2 platform. It is definitely something exciting. Go on the links we mentioned and obviously have a look. And if you want to join, it's just click on the...
Just one click away.
That's right.
And it's as we said already, this is not something. It's an event organized by the Events House and Apex Online Racing. So you have to go to the Apex Online Racing website, as Josh stated already, and register there. All the details are there. Information, all necessary information is all there, and you can register for free, as he said. So I mean, there's
definitely a nice prize pool. So.
Of course, that's obviously now the prize pools are always getting bigger,
increasing,
and that's because sim racing overall is increasing and getting popular day by day,
by the minute,
exactly.
So we can go up to the next topic. Yes, okay, with the Grip G1 series. We go up to see the highlights of the series, and following that we'll see obviously the standings after round 2.
And here you go.
Welcome into Maggioni for the very first time that World Pro Racing and the Grip Series have been here. It's round 2 of the Grip Championship. Watch for the lights. When they go out, we will be underway as we are right now. Go! And it's Kevin Siggy leading us away at the front of this field. Still close for the lead, less than a second separating the two leaders. As Bernard Vella now goes for a move on the inside of Daniele. Oh, contact, and off goes Smurillo. That was a highly opportunistic move. It's been a massive advantage that Siggy has found himself with, and that's just through training and feeling the car. Kevin Siggy crosses the line and takes a dominant victory. An exciting race further back, but relatively straightforward at the front of the field as Kevin Siggy dominated a lights the flag victory. Away we go, and we're off. Kevin Siggy gets another great start. Pasquale doesn't.
Oh, Santos it's just spun and just made contact with a couple more cars.
Smurillo Markovic got involved, as did a couple of other drivers.
Ross McLaren's in the wall! Ross McLaren just crashed out!
They went four-way, and through went Vella and Smirillo, who are all fighting.
Did it? Oh, they touch! They touch! Similarly into the wall!
He just can't catch a break in this race. And we now have 3 cars in a chain for 3rd position. There's been a crash at the end, Spitaleri and Zabini. What happened is Spitaleri got passed by Pasquale, then spun, and Zabini was unable to avoid him. That means Daniele Pasquale is going to take 3rd position.
Kevin Stiggy, for the 2nd time tonight, has won here at Magione. Absolutely fantastic.
So those were the highlights of the second round of the Grip G1 series that was held last week in Magione Circuit. As you have seen, it was definitely an action-packed races, we should say, because obviously it's held over 2 races, this championship. So following that highlights, we're gonna see the standings, how they are after round 2. So there we go. On the first place, Kevin Sigge-Rebernak with 100 points. Second place, there is Kamil Franchak with 63 points. Third place, Daniele Pasquale with 52 points. In the 4th place, Bernard Vella, 37 points. 5th, Ross McFarlane. 6th, Danilo Smerilio. 7th, Dean Vella. 8th, Daniel Stremer. 9th, Alberto Spitaleri. And 10th, Itamar Yativ. So, as you can see, Siggy is on a winning streak, like we said, in this series. Let's see now, obviously, next week, if anybody will challenge him. So
yeah, I think there are quite a few drivers who can challenge Siggy, but they have to make sure that there are no mistakes.
Yeah, it's actually what we see Siggy during the race. Actually, he's taking a great pace, even on the start. He's, I think, the best driver on the start.
Yes.
From
the highlights.
From the highlights
it showed.
So even if in round 1 we saw him, he didn't take pole, he managed to have a very good start and obviously led the whole race itself. So definitely Kevin Siggy is the driver they have to look at, so that to beat and obviously try to get more points and closer to him to grab a chance for this championship.
Also, several drivers dropped from the top positions. We had Bernard Vella due to some penalties and incidents that they had with other drivers, and not only Bernard Vella, there were even Avi Markovic, who did some silly mistakes during the race, and obviously we had to penalize him. Various other penalties, and obviously this will change everything in the points. As you can see in the points, there's quite a big gap in between the first and second already. 100 points by Kevin Siggy, and he's running for Edge Esports, and Kamil Franchak for Triton Racing, and the 3rd position is Daniele Pasquale for Morning Stars. So they are 3 solid teams, and obviously if they are good, and obviously they deserve to be in the top. But there's also Bernard Vella from KC Racing Esports, who is a promising driver as well, and he can challenge these drivers. But they have to be cautious. The race is only 10 minutes, and just one mistake, just one incident, and one penalty, you've had it.
So it's so short.
Adrian is very, very fair with giving penalties. We have added also pit lane penalty, so we'll be more fair than just having manual stewarding only, which pit lane penalty helps us more.
Yeah, obviously.
And also
you can see
notifies the driver that he is going off track, and
quite
he will
often
be cautious, and he will not do many mistakes, or he try to do his best. So next round will be next week.
Mugello.
Next Wednesday, Mugello. It's a nice track. People are enjoying it so far. So there is plenty of space to overtake in this track. So I think it's going to be a very exciting race.
As people saw from the highlights of round 2. The G1 series is definitely an exciting race to watch. You have drivers which keep up to each other very closely, unless obviously you have a top driver who starts building up a gap. Anything can happen. As you have seen, there were some spins which obviously caused incidents. It's definitely an exciting series to watch. So next week Mugello is something. Maggiono was a little bit tight on overtaking, but Mugello will give more space to drivers to overtake. So definitely we're looking forward for an exciting round next week.
This is like the Porsche Championship that we organized last year. It was quite clean.
Yeah.
The first few rounds was a bit like having some incidents at the back, but the grip is showing a bit of more incidents because we had tight tracks and plenty of drivers now, with some drivers who have quite a big gap in the times in their best times. But obviously once a driver wants to join, it was open, and this was agreed by us and Grip that everyone is invited. It's important for all those drivers that they take care and obey the rules.
That's
blue flags, especially blue flags, going out of the pits, and even if somebody is overtaking you, they have to
especially it was in Maggiono, because in Maggiono it's like when you go out of the pits you straight on the racing line. So that is something that once the drivers observe the rules, there shouldn't be any problems in such short races. Unless obviously there are various spins and crashes that slows down a driver, you don't have the possibility of blue flags. But we saw it happened, so when there are blue flags, it's important you observe them. That's basically the rules, not our rules, but those are the rules of motorsport. Excuse me.
So I think
Grip.
Yeah, that's the Grip. And well, I have to say also well done to the real Grip car drivers.
That's right.
That this weekend they were in America, in Kota track, and they did brilliantly in their classes. They won the classes, and so we're happy that the Grip went out of Europe now.
That's right.
And well done to you. Kudos to the CEO of Grip, Tamir Placzynski, and all the teammates, your colleagues, engineers, and
engineers, drivers,
everyone, all people involved in Grip. So well done to you all. We're happy that obviously we're part of Grip as well now, the Grip family, and obviously we are happy that you are increasing the exposure of the Formula car that you have built.
An exciting Formula car to say.
It's an exciting Formula car. In fact, they were overtaking and they were doing better than other cars.
Yeah.
So if you haven't watched these races that happened last weekend, you can watch them on the Grip G1 Series page, and they were quite a lot of times they went live, and you can watch again the videos to see the action from the onboard of each driver.
Yeah.
So on to the next topic, which is one of the, not say achievements, of the best things that we have done so far in World Pro Racing.
It's another step.
Yeah, it's the next step. We've been working on it, and I would like to thank these people who are involved with us, obviously, because without them we couldn't do this. So we have uploaded a small teaser today on Facebook to tune in on our page. Basically, we are building a custom mod, a Formula car. You will notice from the engine. And this will be used in several events that we will be organizing. And we started already building the engine, the 3D modelers obviously, and I'm going to show you a teaser and a render actually of this engine. Here is the wireframe of the V10 engine, and obviously this has been done and developed carefully from scratch by ASR Formula, and obviously the thanks 100% and over 100% thank you to ASR Formula team who we collaborated together and we built this engine. And yes, this is going to be used in a Formula car, which is the WPR F19. When you see this image, I feel so good.
Yeah.
You know, seeing something that we have been thinking about.
When I received also the file of the engine.
Yeah,
also,
yes.
the engine sound, it was like music. So
It's
this
still,
is something.
yeah.
This is something that Justin was actually dreaming about for long. We've been discussing and talking, and now we're seeing obviously this
Coming into real.
This custom mod, WPR custom mod, obviously enough coming to reality. Thanks, obviously, big thanks to ASR Formula. So
Yeah, that was the teaser that we uploaded a few minutes before we went live. This obviously can be used by is going to be out for people to try. Obviously it's going to be used in our events, for special events and other events that are coming up in the future. It's still under development. Thank you again to ASR Formula, because they are doing an amazing job. They are understanding what we request, and yes, it's going very fluent. How do you say it?
which one?
It's going very flowing.
It's flowing. The communication is flowing. There's
yes.
a big understanding, like Justin is saying. We make our special requests, and we see these requests actually turning into reality thanks to ASR Formula, and obviously their 3D modelers, which are
3D
building
modelers, designer, the sound engineer, and
actually
physics,
the whole team.
Yes.
So
and
we'll be
obviously-
updating also in the coming few weeks,
Yeah.
and hopefully in a few weeks' time we'll be obviously showing also the final product, which
Yeah.
will be out for testing before obviously enough announcing the championships being out, the championship, WPR championship, using
Exactly.
the WPR
F19.
F19.
So yes, and this obviously the idea behind all this, thanks to ASR, who believed in our project
Yeah.
and contributed to this project. So we are proud to be working with ASR Formula. They have done already a lot of mods that you can download for free as well. They have pay mods as well, which are affordable, and always respect the modelers and
Yeah.
support the modelers, because without these modders, obviously we cannot have extra mods to race with
Yeah.
and enjoy the platform. So thanks again, kudos to all the team of ASR Formula.
It's good to say also it's gonna be obviously on the R Factor 2 platform.
Yes, I think I have mentioned that. I'm not sure. Yes, this will going to be on R Factor 2 platform, and yes, so the R Factor 2 community will enjoy this, because we know that there are many people, many sim racers who enjoys racing on with R Factor 2 and with Formula cars.
Yes.
So finally this dream came true.
It's coming
And
through.
yes, obviously we'll be needing people who can test this car. We'll put up a server online when we have the car ready to be driven on the track, and you can feel free. Yes, we will call out drivers who are interested in testing the car and give us feedback to improve if there are any improvements to be made, and we discuss with our team collaboration, and we improve the mod.
Yep.
Next, so people know, I think, that Well Pro Racing also has its own team, which currently is named GT Omega RPM Esports, and we had refreshed our team this year, and it was going quite well. We've been communicating and doing training sessions, and being close with the drivers,
Yeah.
and see what there is needed from our side as team managers, and we were doing great, and now we are doing
Greater.
We have signed up 2 new drivers,
Yeah.
and we're very proud to have them on board, not only because they are racing with us and believing in us, obviously. It's good to help also our drivers with their experience, and one of the drivers are Alan Day from Israel, who is the European NASCAR champion in real life. He also raced in the GT Masters in 2014, and with his experience, obviously, he can provide as much knowledge as possible, not only to our drivers, but we can also do some collaborations with World Pro Racing and do some training sessions to the people who are interested in joining not only our team, but also our events.
Yeah, that's
that's one of the latest driver sign-ups, and also the last sign-up for
the last one for this year.
Martin Stefanko, I think he's familiar with the sim racers out there, who is the virtual GP champion in 2017. He's racing with F1 Esports, with Haas, the F1 Esports team. He's currently also competing in the Project Cars SMS R Placey 2019 series, who's doing very great at the moment, and also the Race Room Adult GT Masters series, and he's also an E-Rock 2019 finalist. So World Pro Racing has quite a lot of tasks to do, but we do them quite professionally and well thought about before. I mean, this team is not a for fun team, and we compete in professional races. We're not saying that we don't want any more drivers for this year, because we are opening the Academy Center in Malta, and we're combining also our team, GT Omega RPM Esports, with the Academy of World Pro Racing. So we will be inviting drivers who are interested in becoming good drivers. They will join the Academy and be part of the training sessions with the RPM Esports team. And eventually, if you progress more and increase your knowledge and become more skilled, that you are able to compete in our World Pro Racing events, then you can obviously enter to the elite team of RPM Esports.
It's good to see the synergy between all the drivers and GT Omega RPM Esports team, the discussions, helping each other obviously enough with setups, discussions. It's an open discussion every day, so on various series there are discussions going on. There
are discussions as well going on YouTube, on our YouTube page with Josh and Speed Force Sim Racers about the Project Cars and things. So you can keep asking if you want, not while we are live now, but also on the Events House page and Apex Online Racing as well. The one last final thing for today, I think we don't have anything more to say. Next, not next week,
next week.
No, not next week. The one after.
The one after.
On the 21st of February, we remind you that we have the Lamborghini Huracan GT3 special event with 20 laps on in Zandvoort track, which is open for everyone. Everyone can apply. Before you apply, you have to register on our website as a member, as a driver, or if you are a team manager, as a team manager, and you can apply for free. The special events are free. We will have more events. And if you have any opinions or suggestions that you would like to ask us, maybe there's a mod that we don't know about. As we said, me and Dayton already, we support all 3D modelers that build these mods for Assetto, for our Factor, for any other platform, and we use them to expose also the 3D modelers and for the community to have fun. You know how we broadcast our events professionally as possible. We do our best. So yes, we hope that you enjoy them. If you have any suggestions, just let us know, and
we're a message away.
Yeah, as well. And here is the Lamborghini Huracan GT3 special event. Obviously, thanks to our sponsors, Gaming Malta and Garmin Malta, who is a supporting partner of World Pro Racing. Gamers.com.mt, obviously, who been supporting us since last year, we can say.
That's right.
We have collaborated with them as well in the Go Malta Esports Festival. So yes,
it's going to be a long-term
relationship with gamers. Thanks to Kurt, Andre, and Kirsten, the three big guys, the Flash. So yes, that's all for today. We have concluded all we had to say today. We hope you enjoyed today's show, and if you have any suggestions or maybe information that you would like to provide us so we can expose it. One thing, World Pro Racing is just not just a business that do things for its own, for World Pro Racing only. We love to help support other events that there might be, which are interesting for everyone to know about. We collaborate with everyone, so feel free to approach us. We can communicate, we all can organize events together. Let's make the whole community of sim racing enjoy their own platform, their own likings, and just keep a family as we already are, and not to cause any conflicts between us, because that's the good of sim racing and also motorsport. Because since we're in motorsport, Adrian knows well how there is always competition between the drivers, but in general,
like we say, keep the competition to the track.
Exactly.
So the competition has to be on track. Then when you're off track, obviously there need to be one family, everybody supporting each other. You know what I mean? It's like for the good of motorsport, for the good of sport itself, and in our case, for the good of sim racing.
Exactly.
So thanks for being with us today. Thanks for following us. As we said, feel free to send us messages. We're just a click away. I would like to thank once more our sponsors, Gaming Malta, Garmin, and Gamers.com.mt. And see you next week for the live show. And obviously enough, we'll have the round 2 of the...
Round 3.
For round 3 of the Grip G1 Virtual Series. So have a good night.
See you.